Hey business warriors, welcome to the show. Now, I am sure you have seen the bombshell news from yesterday. President Trump convicted on all 34 charges in his hush money trial in New York. We're not really going to talk about the trial here. I mean, I think we can all see it's politically motivated in some way or another, but perhaps some people in the audience are actually even happy about the conviction. Perhaps some are not. That's not important in this video. What I want to look at in this particular video is the stock, okay? DJT, that's the ticker symbol for the company that owns the Truth Social or Trump Media Group, which owns the Truth Social app. Now, I will show you the stock moves in general, what we've seen over the last couple of days, or the last 24 hours actually, and also what has happened to my position in my account, giving you the full numbers and everything. So, DJT had been rallying all week, but it dropped sharply directly after the conviction yesterday. In after hours trading, it went from around $51.80 down to a low of $47. So that is a $5 drop on a stock of this price. That's going to be about a 10% drop. I think some investors were just spooked by the news and sold. However, it seems there's another group of investors who wanted to buy the dip because in the pre-market this morning, the stock shot up to a high of $55, only to drop down again to around $49 when the market opened. And we are looking at above average trading volume of 3.29 million shares traded today, and I'm writing this at just 10 a.m., okay, half an hour after the market opened. The daily average volume is 4.49 million, so we are at already 3/4 of that just half an hour into the trading day. Now, in my main account, I hold 172 shares of this stock. So this morning, that was worth around $8,300, and I was down $580 or so from the pre-market high. I'm very used to seeing wild swings on this stock, so this really doesn't bother me. It's actually normal. But why did DJT not absolutely tank after the conviction? Well, I would say that although people might see a conviction as negative, I think this conviction just made Trump's chances of winning the election in November higher rather than lower, okay? Polls have shown that it would not have a major negative effect. Actually, I think those polls are a little bit skewed to one side. That was from NPR. I think probably the conviction is going to have a positive effect rather than a slight negative effect like they were saying. And obviously, if he wins the election, it's going to be great for Truth Social stock since he communicates through Truth Social as his only social media. And hey, if he's in prison at the time, he can't pardon himself since this is a state crime, not a federal crime. So if he's running the country from Rikers Island, he will probably have to do a lot of electronic communications, including a lot of posts on Truth Social. Well, that's kind of a joke. I don't see that happening. The case will probably get appealed and his conviction overturned, or if it stands, the judge actually might not even sentence him to prison anyway. A lot of commentators have said, well, he's 77 years old. Due to the unique circumstances, a prison sentence may not be appropriate. But, since DJT does have the qualities of a meme stock, hype is what is keeping the price going up. And the fact that Trump's sentencing is now scheduled for July 11th, just a few days before the Republican convention, it's going to really set off a fire of publicity. There was some talk on Fox Business of a possible plan to move the convention to July 4th, which would be incredibly symbolic and probably great for the stock price too. Trump becomes the nominee on Independence Day and then is sentenced by what many see as a corrupt judge a few days later. I think with this stock, any publicity is good publicity as long as Trump still has a chance of winning in November. If something happens that would stop that, I think this thing will go straight down. So what am I doing with my position? Well, for now I'm holding. I did sell some shares at $65 when the stock went way up a few weeks ago, and I will be looking for opportunities at that $60 to $70 range to offload a few more shares and take a few $1,000s in profit. My cost basis is $34, so any profits I'm taking at $70, I'm basically making 100% on. And I have held for longer than a year, so I will be taxed at long-term capital gains rates, so a maximum of 20% depending on my tax bracket. I'll probably still hold on to maybe half of my position long-term to see where Truth Social goes. They're planning to launch a streaming service which will be paid, and with such a lot of support and publicity, I expect there will really be millions of people willing to pay $10 a month or so, whatever it costs. So the company could actually be profitable a lot sooner than many think. So I want to wait and just see what happens with that. Anyway, guys, that is the video for today. Leave your comments below. Are you holding DJT stock? If so, what are you doing? Are you buying, selling? Are you long or short? I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. Please subscribe to the channel if you're new. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.